This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Self-described constitutionalist Gavin Syme has fled to Mexico ahead of his December 8th court date after he was charged with obstruction of justice in Ephrata.
A man charged in a weekend stabbing near Moses Lake is being held on $250,000 bail. The Quincy Valley Historical Society is hosting its annual Old-Fashioned Christmas on December 16th and 17th.
Most schools are already focused on the excitement of a new season. For two local teams, however, the fall season isn't over.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Self-described constitutionalist Gavin Syme has fled to Mexico ahead of his December 8th court date after he was charged with obstruction of justice in Ephrata.
Hi, I'm Gavin Syme. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a journalist, I'm a human rights activist. And I'm leaving home because myself and people like me all over the USA are being persecuted, threatened, imprisoned, and killed for speaking the truth and calling out the insane corruption of our government.
That's Syme broadcasting from his new home in an undisclosed location in Mexico the day after Thanksgiving. The longtime Ephrata resident and former 4th Congressional District candidate was charged for obstruction of justice while confronting an Ephrata police officer in the Walmart parking lot in Ephrata earlier this year. During the exchange, Syme ordered the officer to stop questioning a woman, and the altercation escalated from there.
Officer Pat Canby arrests me for filming him and calling him a crook. He then steals my phone, which has the only evidence of the fact that I committed no crime whatsoever. I'm taken into jail, and my family has to pay $2,000 to get me out. Then I'm taken before a Grant County judge. And despite there being zero evidence of a crime and her zero ability to articulate probable cause allows the charges to continue. Welcome to the illegal court system. We don't have to lie down and submit to criminal conspiracy.
Grant County Prosecuting Attorney Garth Dano tells iFIBER 1 News that if Syme does not show up to his court date on December 8th, a warrant will be issued for his arrest. I'm Sean Goggins for iFIBER 1 News. This segment is brought to you by
Maytag and the family Pooch have a lot in common. Both are loyal, both aim to please, and both are tenacious dish cleaners. But only one can sanitize. Maytag, what's inside matters.
Maytag Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
Witnesses say a stabbing suspect and victim had been fighting off and on Friday night before the victim was stabbed multiple times early Saturday morning at a home near Moses Lake. Prosecutors charged Aaron Palsgraf Miller with assault in the first degree. His bail was set at $250,000 during his first court appearance on Monday. The man's girlfriend, Rebecca Norton, is charged with rendering criminal assistance and obstructing law enforcement. Deputies responded about 4 a.m. Saturday to a home on Road 14 Northeast after a 25-year-old Idaho man was stabbed in the neck and abdomen during a party. Witnesses say Palsgraf Miller and the victim had fought several times during the party, and that Palsgraf Miller had become jealous at the way the victim was acting with Norton. Palsgraf Miller and the victim began fighting again outside and had to be separated. Palsgraf Miller then reportedly kicked the victim out of Norton's vehicle and began fighting again. The two were again separated, but a witness reportedly told deputies this time he noticed blood pouring out of the victim's neck. Palsgraf Miller and Norton then left the home, and Norton then allegedly called one of the witnesses still at the home as deputies were on scene and said she was the one who stabbed the victim because he attacked her. Deputies say none of the witnesses saw the victim get physical with Norton at any point during the party. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by
Are your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
The Quincy Valley Historical Society is hosting its annual Old-Fashioned Christmas on December 16th and 17th. The event, now in its 10th year, is held at the historic 1904 Pioneer Church, with services scheduled for Saturday, December 16th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 17th at 5 p.m. The service includes live string music, sing-along carols, reading of The Night Before Christmas, scripture and story, and the lighting of a tree in the German tradition. Guests are also invited to the Ryman Simmons House for refreshments following the services. Admission is free, but reservations are required due to limited seating. To make a reservation, contact Harriet Weber at 509-398-1949 or pick up tickets at Barb's at Shops on Central, the Quincy Valley Post Register, or Clifton Larson Allen. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
Winter sports are finally starting, with basketball tipping off and wrestlers hitting the mat tonight. Most schools are already focused on the excitement of a new season. For two local teams, however, the fall season isn't over, as state championships in football are this weekend. Royal football extended their winning streak to 40 games last week after terrorizing Newport for a 35-7 win. Now the Royal Knights advance to their third consecutive state championship appearance, an unprecedented achievement for this program. The Knights will face their toughest challenge of the season yet, Meridian High School. The Meridian Trojans are also undefeated on the season and are battle-tested. The other local school in the state championship game is 8-man football program Elmira Cooley Heartline, or ACH. The ACH Warriors may have slid into the playoffs, but they have been on a rampage. Since the beginning of November, the Warriors are 4-0, outscoring their opponents 260-84. The championship game will be against Sunnyside Christian, a team that went undefeated this season. The game will also be a rematch of the first game of the season, where Sunnyside Christian won after exploding in the fourth, 34-20. Both scores were the lowest of either team all season. Royal and ACH have the chance to do what no one else could do this fall season: bring a state title home to Central Washington. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.